I just posted a review video on the Partner with Anthony program. Now this is another video about the Partner with Anthony program that I wanted to follow up with. We're going to talk about the 4 mental things that you're going to need to succeed with this program, or for any program for that matter, and you don't want to miss this. Take a look. Alright, so the 4 things that we're going to talk about today, I'm going to go over in just a minute on the computer, but I wanted to go through them because it's so very important to have the mental approach correct when you're starting a program. Now with Partner with Anthony, he gives you all the tools, all the training, the step-by-step that you need, but you need it up here. You need to bring the right mental framework, the fortitude, the attitude, the desire. And I'm going to jump behind the computer and we're going to go through it very quickly and just give you an outline of what you need. Now, if you have these 4 qualities, you will be successful. So let's take a look. Hello again, welcome. This is Andrew Parsons, and as I mentioned, we're going to go over Success with Anthony program again today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk more about mindset today opposed to the step-by-step of what is included in the program. But I felt that this video is very important to shoot. I'm going to go over 4 things that are the mental mindset characteristics that you're going to need for success. Now, this doesn't include specifically for Partner with Anthony. This could be any business endeavor, any endeavor that you do, period. You're going to have these mental abilities, these mental strengths that is going to allow you to move forward. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll jump right to it. Okay, the first thing you're going to need to do is be driven. You're going to have to pass the persistent test. I can't tell you how important this is. We're going to get into this in a little bit more detail. You have to be bulletproof. You have to develop a long-term perspective. This is very important as well. The third thing is that you need to be informed. You're going to have to learn every detail of this business. You're going to have to learn inside and out, and you're going to have to immerse yourself, and that's a very important part of success. And the last thing is work harder and longer. It's called the 40+ formula, and we're going to go through this one by one so you can have an understanding of what I'm talking about. The first thing is that you need to be driven. Now, the courage to persist, it's the one quality more than anything that's going to guarantee your success. Now, the ability to keep going is so very, very important. You cannot quit. You've heard that a million times with your parents, in movies. Do not quit. You're not going to get anywhere unless you just keep moving forward. Okay, now the greatest personal asset that you can have is your willingness to persevere longer than anybody else. That is really key. You have to just be absolutely determined. Nothing is going to stand in your way. Now, persistence, or being driven, is really the true measure of your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. Now, this is going to be very important for the people around you to see, the naysayers, if you will, because you're going to hear that a lot. People that says, hey, everything is just a front, it's a scam, you're falling for that, and your ability to persevere and keep moving forward until you're successful is going to be the ultimate vindication for you when you talk to those naysayers afterwards. Okay, I always like to include quotes. I know quotes are a bit cliche, but this one is really important for this particular trait or quality that you'll need. Now, it was by Calvin Coolidge. He said, nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. That was Calvin Coolidge, former president. So I think it's important to point out that there are people that are really smart that are just not driven. So they don't really do anything with that intelligence. And then there's people that are uber talented that don't do anything with it either, or they only get so far. Now, a perfect example of that would be like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, people like that that are uber talented, but the reason they excelled so far is because their absolute drive to be the best. Now, another example with that would be Tom Brady as well. I know these are huge superstars, that's why I bring it up. Tom Brady was not the highest skilled and most physically gifted, mentally driven, and he was intelligent, but all the hard work that he put in and the drive allowed him to get where he is today. Okay, you're going to need to be bulletproof. You have to take the long view on everything you do. You cannot let short obstacles stand in your way. You have to plan 2, 3, 4, 5 years into the future. You have to know the next step, your next 5 steps, the next 7 steps, so that you know where you're going. You have to have your goals in place, and you have to be bulletproof. You cannot let any obstacles get in your way. You have to be calm, confident, and relaxed with short-term fluctuations. Now, this is very specific to the digital world. The digital world, you're going to run into problems. You're going to hit little obstacles such as you can't get your landing page to work right. You can't get your autoresponder connected. For some reason, support is not getting back to you, and it's taking a couple days, and you're getting frustrated. You have to be able to overcome those things. You have to be able to see the forest through the trees. And you just have to be able to overcome these little obstacles, and that's what's going to allow you to move forward. Okay, so ultimately the goal is keep reminding yourself that everything in life moves in cycles and trends, and none of these little things is going to get in your way of your goal, which is to be successful. Okay, you have to be informed. Now, this is so very, very important. You have to strive towards excellence. Now, the market pays excellent rewards for excellent performance. Now, what do I mean by that? You have to become really an authority in your field, and by doing that, and in order to do that, you have to become informed and knowledgeable about every aspect. That way you can teach people, you can be able to execute what you need to execute at that moment, and you have to be able to do what you need to do to get your product to your customers so that you can get paid, for them to know and like and trust you. And that is exactly what you will be rewarded for, is for excellence. Now, if you are an average performer, the market is going to pay you for an average performance. If you only do half the work and you don't get up in the morning and make that extra time, or stay up a little bit later to make that extra time, or you didn't do your reading, or you didn't follow up on something, it's going to show. It's going to reflect in your figures. Below average performance rewards failure and frustration. It's just very logical, but these are things that you have to constantly keep in your mind to know what you need to do. Now, you have to have a goal of becoming an expert and learn every single detail of how to do your work better and better each time, day in and day out. Okay, so you also need to work longer and harder. All self-made millionaires work hard, hard, hard. They start earlier, they work harder, and they stay later. The first ones to get there, the last ones to leave. You need to practice what's called the 40-plus formula. Now, the 40-plus formula says that you work 40 hours per week for survival. Anything above 40 hours a week is for success. Okay? Now, if you work 40 hours or less, all you're ever going to do is survive. So keep that in mind. If you work your 40 hours, great. You're probably doing well at your day job, but you want to get to that next level, so you have to put in that extra work. Now, one thing that I've done, just a little tip, is anytime you have some free time, you can listen to audiobooks while you're washing the dishes, while you're driving to work, while you're walking around the park, whatever you're doing, exercise, treadmill. You can listen to informative things, books on audio, anything in your spare time to keep you learning and keep you moving forward towards your goal. And that would be what I recommend. Okay, and as I mentioned, every hour over 40 hours is an investment in your future. Keep that in mind. Now, if you have some extra time and you want to watch a 3-hour movie, think about what you can do with that 3 hours. Instead of watching the movie, put it towards your business and becoming immersed in what your goal is. Okay, so a couple of these things come from the book 21 Success Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. Now there's 21. I chose 4 of them. This is an amazing book. I think it's very important if you wanted to listen to this book or read this book. I could put a link in the description for you. And this is a book that I listen to on audio all the time. And it really goes over some really good quality things that you need to do to be a successful entrepreneur or ultimately become a millionaire. Now, as I mentioned, I'll put the link in the description. You don't have to read this book, but it's highly recommended because it's just a simple, easy to digest book, and it's going to give you an overview of some of the things you need for success. Lastly, sitting on the fence about the Partner with Anthony program, and you still don't know whether you can do it or a little bit scared on taking that step forward, feel free to click the link to get started. I think it's only $7 per month to get started, $97 if you want a lifetime membership. Again, if you have the mindset, this is something that you can achieve, and the link is in the description. So I hope you got some value out of this video. I'm going to be putting forward more videos about the Partner with Anthony program and about some tools that you can use to save a little bit of money, because I know the cost is a little bit high for some folks at $150 a month for some of the tools. I've been working out some tools that will save you some money that will really do the same thing. So keep an eye out for those.
Okay, well, there you have it. If you have these 4 qualities, then you are prepared for success with making money online with Partner with Anthony program, again, with any program. Now, if you got value out of this, I would hope that you would like, subscribe, and hit the notifications key. As I mentioned in the overview, I'm going to leave a link for the Partner with Anthony program, as well as a link to the book, so you can grab that if you'd like. But until then, I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. For now, this is Andrew Parsons signing off. We'll see you next time.